Hi, I am Sharda. I just delivered a baby yesterday at the Healthy Mom Sanctum in Hyderabad. I have been knowing Dr. Vijaya Krishnan from 2010, no, probably later part of 2009. That time I was pregnant with my first daughter. Uh, I came to know about her from my friend. I was thinking like every other mom that I'm going to have a normal delivery. There were few issues because my baby was breech, and still I made an attempt. I took an appointment with Dr. Vijaya. I came, I met her. I attended her Lamaze classes. Somehow I couldn't convince my parents to birth my baby here. I still, because I had knowledge of the Lamaze concepts, I did all the management of the pain which came in before delivery. I dilated. I went to my regular doctor who was very close to my home, and this place was very far. That was the only reason why we couldn't uh, birth with Dr. Vijaya for the first time. And that time, though things were all according to the concepts of natural birth, things were all in place. It was just that the doctor required patience, because when we talk about natural delivery, it is not doctor or the mom who decides when the child will be birthed. Okay, if it is a Sunday, doctor cannot choose not to birth because it is Sunday and she's got a prior appointment. But here in India these days, the market is such that cesareans are more planned. So it is doctor's convenience, and that is how you deliver your child with a C-section. So before I went to the operation theatre, I told my mom that, see, you missed a chance. I missed a chance, and now I'm going to have a C-section. If I ever have a baby again, it will be with Dr. Vijaya. And it is 5 years down the line. Now I don't live in Hyderabad anymore. I live in Pune. I met Dr. Vijaya when I was about 5 months pregnant with my second child, and she told me, I gave her a history of what all happened with me, and I told her why I am more than willing to birth my baby here. See, if you have not delivered, if you're a first time mom, you probably will not understand what it is, because unless you go through a C-section which is enforced on you, you will not you don't have that feeling that you've missed something. I have lived with those feelings for those 5 years, because whenever I see a mom who's naturally delivered, I would feel, oh, she's had an experience of being a woman. She has delivered the child naturally, which I have not done. So the first condition why I planned to extend my family was I would go back to Hyderabad and birth with Dr. Vijaya, and fortunately whole of my family agreed. And though I live very far off from the place where the sanctum is put up, we still put in all the effort to deliver our baby here. It is not very simple, because my both pregnancies were not very normal. My baby's positions have always been different. They were not in the natural position where you just go get your pains and you deliver in probably 1 day maximum, or say half a day. My first baby was breech, my second baby was also breech. After my 5th month anomaly scan, the report was shown to Dr. Vijaya, and she told me that if this child remains breech, I want you here in 30th week. When we came here, she told me exercises, she asked me to do them regularly, and because of that, already so much of urge in me that I have to deliver naturally this time, I was very regular with all my exercises. Still the baby did not turn its head down. Then Dr. Vijaya tried an external cephalic version. She turned my baby down. Okay, and when she turned my baby down the first time, the baby did not cooperate, and we were all like, no, now the baby is again back to the breech position. I did not lose hope. My parents said, now what? I said, there is nothing. I still am going back to Dr. Vijaya, and now she'll again do whatever has to be done. The next week again we tried another external cephalic version, and every time she never discouraged me. She said, we still have time. We will do whatever is possible. It is not that she kept me under any impression that come what may, I'll have a natural delivery. She told me that the utmost important thing in this whole process is me and my baby. Only after that is natural delivery. So I was sure that whatever shot I gave, that would be the best If it happens, I'll be more than happy. If it does not happen, I'll still be satisfied that I have done whatever was required, and it was destiny that I couldn't deliver naturally. Then probably God's grace, and the baby remained in the cephalic position after she did the second external version, but again it was posterior. So we did exercises for getting the baby into normal position. Didn't work. Suddenly my pain started midway 9th month. We were expecting that the pains would start somewhere around the 40th week, but 36th week, 36 plus 5 days, I started my pains had begun, my labor had begun. Again, the problem was the pains were very irregular. So she couldn't try any normal processes which she tries usually on first time moms, because I have a cesarean history. So she was so patient that every time we spoke as to what next, if we would try step 1, didn't work, now what? So every time she would tell me she would give me the clear picture, and then she would tell me that you should also be ready that if things don't work, we will go for a C-section at the end. But that's the end. But I don't think you will have a C-section, you will naturally birth. This would be her last sentence with our every discussion. So we still were trying, and I would totally believe in Dr. Vijaya, so I never had even a thought in the back of my mind that probably no, I might not have a natural birth. I had decided that I'll go with her, come what may, whatever decision she takes. She had asked me that you and your husband would decide. I said no, only you will decide what will happen to my birth. So I had given her the total charge. Believe me, day before yesterday night, which is Tuesday night, my pains had stopped totally. I was in pain from Sunday, but Tuesday night I was roaming around, and the sister and my mom go, you don't even seem that you had pain yesterday. You were normally walking and you're happy. I said, yes, I don't have any pain, any sensation of pain. Comes Wednesday morning, she was all the time using techniques to natural again natural techniques, because she had a very big constraint that I had a cesarean section already, so she couldn't go with a gel induction or all this faster ways of inducing. So she used breast pump. She gave me a lot of homeopathics. Everything was timed. Whole of her team was with me. It was not only her. She would instruct every time she was on phone. It was not that she asked me, because you have pains from Sunday, stay here. No, every night at 10:30, 11, we would see where I am, and she would say, no, if you want to go back home, Sharda, you can go back home. I don't want you to stay here. On Tuesday night, when I had no pain, we were all actually a little upset as to why the pains were not picking up and they were so irregular. She told me, I still want you to be here for one night, because I want you to get into that labor mode. That is the only reason. And morning it was 8:45. Suddenly, I don't know why, my pain started. The duration itself was 1 minute, meaning I used to have a contraction for 1.5 minutes, 1 minute break, 1.5 minute, 1 minute break. They progressed so well that in 3.5 hours, I was totally dilated. And the dilation was not very normal. Dilation was there, but my cervix was closing whenever there was a contraction. So if cervix closes, how will the baby come out? When her support staff here went and called her, she actually was put up with some other personal appointment, and she was totally handling this over phone. And she gave them instructions about 7 exercises which were in particular order. I did that, and believe me, in 45 minutes my dilation was complete, my cervix was opened, and I only was in the last stage of pushing. Even then, pushing, I was totally drained, because there was no gap in my contractions. Her whole team was with me. She was still coming. Every call she used to tell me that yes, I am reaching, because she was held up somewhere. And the last half an hour of push, I had totally no energy. I had told them, can somebody else push and get my baby out? I am not doing it anymore. But their team was like, no, you can do it. Your baby is already out. It will just come out. It's just waiting. And Vijaya comes and says, no, I want to see how much strength you have, Sharda. Now we have to get the baby out. And every push, her encouragement, her words, I don't know how I got strength. And as soon as the head was out, she told me, see, the baby's head is out, you want to touch it? And I only cried for 1.5 hours after that. I couldn't speak a word, believe me. And that feeling that yes, I am a woman now because I have naturally delivered, I think is a second birth for me. And I don't want moms to miss, especially for people who are here, by just taking a wrong decision. So I would want moms, especially moms who had a C-section and who are planning to extend a family, that you should give yourself this chance, because it's right. It is women's right to birth naturally. Just because some doctor doesn't want to spend her time or thinks that something else is more important, gives you a C-section on a Friday just because she doesn't want to work over the weekend. We should not take such a wrong decision. We should come and give our best try to naturally deliver, because that is how God has made us to deliver, and that is how the human race has been progressing. So it was a very great day yesterday. I delivered at about 2:50, and I've been on the top of the world, believe me. That